So I don't know whether to be excited about this or terrified about this because I've been wanting to do this video since like April, whenever the newest version of this came out. And so in this video, I'm going to be comparing 3 fragrances that are from the same line that are really in my top 10 fragrances of all time. They are all in the same line, and again, I've been wanting to do that from the Wanted line. It's Wanted by Night, Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, and Most Wanted Parfum. I'm going to be reviewing them and ranking them, and it's going to be terrifying. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright my dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. Before I get into it, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and if you like this content, consider following me on TikTok and Instagram. So, the Wanted line. We're excluding Wanted Tonic and the original Wanted because they're not even in my top 25. I like the original Wanted, it's just not a favorite of mine. Wanted Tonic sucks. So, as you guys know, if you've been following on my channel, I've been wanting to do this video once fall came because niche or designer, and I don't care who says what, Most Wanted Parfum, and Wanted by Night are all in my top 10 fragrances, and they're higher up on that list. They are so good, so I'm going to be doing a review and rank of Wanted by Night, Most Wanted Parfum, and Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, letting you know which one is my favorite of the bunch. I would like you guys to, before you even get into the video, comment and let me know which one you think I'm going to choose. So with that said, I'm going to get straight into it here. Pretty much I'm going to go in the way that they were released. So Wanted by Night, Most Wanted, and then Most Wanted Eau de Parfum. Or Most Wanted Parfum. So this one right here is Azzaro's Wanted by Night. So this fragrance is what started it all for me. I was a collector of probably 20 or 30 bottles at that point in time. I wasn't huge into collecting. I mean, that's still pretty big, but whenever Wanted by Night came out, that's when I started my collection. I was like, I dove down the rabbit hole because I absolutely love this fragrance. And so it gives it a little bit of extra points because without this bottle, I wouldn't even have a channel, to be honest with you. It's that good to the point where it made me so excited, more excited than I ever was about fragrances and for the things that I haven't smelled before. The main notes that you get in Wanted by Night are cinnamon, fruits, tobacco, cedar, and vanilla. I'll get the performance out of the way. For Wanted by Night, it's 6 to 8 hours depending on the weather outside. I usually get in the middle around 7. With that said, the projection is actually quite nice. It's a little bit above average. So arm's length, a little bit more than that for the first 2 hours. And then it never really fully becomes a skin scent until about hour 5. In the middle of that, you get wafts of it and wafts of it, especially when it's cold outside. It eats through the cold very nicely. One of my favorite fragrances and my wife's all-time favorite fragrance. It revolves around the note of cinnamon. Then you get a bunch of different notes in there. You get that some fruits lying in there, some warmth in there, some spices, some tobacco, all mixed together with that cinnamon floating around the whole thing. Then when you get into the base, you get some woods in there, you get a bunch of different things, a little bit of amber. It is so nice all together. You get some vanilla and cedar in there as well as you get to the dry down. But if you like cinnamon, if you like fall style fragrances, this is fall in a bottle. Even the colors of all these bottles can tell you that they are fall, and I love the bottle style. I like the gun chamber, the bullet chamber. It's just super nice. And if you guys didn't know, if you ever want to decant all of the Wanted lines, you can screw off the atomizer and it pulls right up. That's also bad if you're buying it off eBay because people can put whatever they want in there. But just an FYI, you can do that. They have nice atomizers, nice bottles, everything. And you can find this sometimes for about $35, $40 on discounters depending on where you look. But the popularity is getting higher, so I think the average is around 50. So that's Wanted by Night. Great fall, spicy. Doesn't have much of a gourmand sense like the other two do. But with that said, it's one of the best fall, if not the best fall style spicy fragrance out there. Going into the second one, when this was released, it was a game changer for me. Not only was Wanted by Night a game changer, it was like I leveled up when I got this. Like literally, I was like in Dragon Ball Z and I went to God mode or something whenever I got this fragrance. I remember when I smelled it, I walked into Sephora and I looked down and I was like, wait, is there a new Wanted out? And she's like, I don't know, maybe it's a special edition. And I looked down and it was there, and it was like a couple days before the actual release. And I smelled it and I went, okay, I'm buying it right now. I don't care what the prices are anywhere else. I don't really have that much money right now, but I'm buying this. The main notes that you get in Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, which I'm just going to call it the Most Wanted Most Wanted. Yeah, I'm just going to call it Most Wanted. The main notes you get in it are cardamom, toffee, and amberwood. As you know, Azzaro is all about their 3-note breakdowns, but to be honest with you, for the next 2, that's really all you need to know as far as if you are going to like the fragrance or not. Because in this one, you get that cardamom giving off that fresh spiciness. You get that toffee giving it that gourmand facet, which is so nice. And the way that it mixes with that toffee, with the cardamom, it gives it this fresh gourmand, which allows you to wear this gourmand any season. It's a night out fragrance, and you can wear it any season. And then you also do get that amberwood mixing in, which gives it that like almost resinous woody factor that even adds a little bit more of like a depth and creaminess to that toffee. Super beautiful. It's the most gourmand out of the 3, and I've had people go, I hate this fragrance. I just got it and I don't like it. And then like an hour later, they'll be like, oh my God, I see what you mean now. So good. As far as the performance, surprisingly, it is amazing. So it's an Eau de Parfum Intense. For the performance, I was expecting to get around Wanted by Night, but I actually get 8 to 10 hours out of this. Sometimes I find myself, somebody talked about it the other day, waking up the next morning and still smelling it on myself if I didn't take a shower. And it can do that. With that said, it's not the longest lasting of the 3, but it does, if you want for a date night, it will be projecting. Double arm's length, and it will be doing that for about 5 hours. And then it'll come down to more of a personal bubble after that for the next 3 to 5 hours. Fantastic. One of the best date night fragrances out there. Super versatile. Really good. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Going into the last one here. This one was the one that was released in April. The reason I kind of stopped talking about the Wanted line for a while is because a bunch of people were saying, you're mentioning the Most Wanted Parfum too much. And I was like, well, because I like it. And this was back in April. It's my favorite fragrance release of 2022. This is Most Wanted Parfum. As you can tell, I've used a lot of it. So I like this bottle the best out of all of them. It has the jet black with like the little bit darker from the Wanted by Night. Originally, I said it should have been called Most Wanted by Night, but with that said, it doesn't have that spiciness that you get from the Wanted by Night. So I understand why it's called Most Wanted Parfum. When you first spray this on, people will always ask me the same question: is it redundant? When you first spray it on, you get a little bit of the redundancy there from the original Most Wanted. It almost comes off like that toffee. It's that ginger bourbon vanilla mix. I'll give you the notes first. 3 notes. The main notes are ginger, woods, and bourbon vanilla. So you get that ginger and bourbon vanilla mixture in the opening, but that bourbon vanilla is really dialed back in the opening. And then you also do get a little bit of like a woody facet. With that said, that mixture does come off a little bit gourmand like the original Most Wanted, but as you get about 15 minutes into the fragrance, it totally goes its own separate way. And it becomes this nice, sensual, calming bourbon vanilla with a little bit of ginger and a little bit of woods undertoning it. Very smooth, very nice, fantastic fragrance. I think it has a little bit of like a patchouli vetiver vibe in there as well. But with that said, it's deeper, it's darker, it's richer, it's a little bit heavier. And then as far as the performance is concerned, I get 10 plus hours out of it. But as far as the projection, this one projects better. This one projects really good for the first like half hour. And then it doesn't become a skin scent. It becomes a closer to the skin scent, but it lasts 10 plus hours. You're still going to get wafts of it for the first 3 or 4 hours. And then it's going to be one of those like, oh yeah, I can still smell it like at hour 6, hour 8. It lasts really long. It will stay on your skin for a long time. It's just not going to be the best performer as far as the projection is concerned. With that said, I am going to have to say this is really, really hard to judge because as far as fall fragrances are concerned, and this is the newest of all of them, so this one's the exciting one right now for me. With that said, how am I going to rank these? I honestly don't know how I'm going to rank these. I know I'm putting this at number 1. This is number 1 for sure. The reason it's number 1 for me isn't because necessarily it's the best smelling of the 3. I don't know which one I would give that to. I might give that to this one. I'm not 100% sure on that. The reason, and the only reason this one's number 1 is because of that versatility factor. It's the only one of the 3 that you can wear all year round. I'm always going to have this in my collection. This is my second bottle of it already. So that's number 1. Number 2 is going to be a tie, and I don't care. I'm cheating these two because they're different types of fragrances. And while they're both fall fragrances, you can wear them in different situations because one's that spicy tobacco, a little bit sweet, woody fragrance, while one is that bourbon, vanilla, heavy, deep quality fragrance. I like both of them. They're going to be two different types of fragrances. This one's less expensive, while this one's more of that more exciting new release. So I'm going to give them a tie at 2. Number 1 is the original Most Wanted because of that versatility. They are amazing. They are my favorite fragrances out there. I think, and I'm going to say this, and I don't care, this is my favorite fragrance in my collection. Niche, designer, I don't care. This is my favorite fragrance in my entire collection. Not, again, necessarily the best smelling. It's still in like top 5 for me, but it's because of the fact that you can wear it all year round. It is my fragrance. I called my signature fragrance Dior Homme Sport 2021 for a while. And while I do wear that as a signature freshie, this is my signature. I mean, Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense is my signature fragrance. I don't know why I ever said the Dior Homme Sport thing. That's my signature. I wear it the most. I always will wear it the most. It's just that good. I hope they come out with something even better. I don't know how they're going to top what they already have here, but this is widely known as the best fall fragrance, or one of the best fall fragrances. This is widely known on my channel, at least, as the best release in 2022, and this is always going to be a killer. So let me know what you guys think of the 3. If you guys think that I'm nuts for thinking that this is my favorite fragrance in my collection, if you don't, if you agree with me, I just love these, and I love talking about them. If I could talk about this line every single day for the rest of my life on my videos, I would, but I would be boring you. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I will be back with another video. Thank you for hearing me out on these fragrances. I love talking about them. Peace out.